Observation Lounge, U.S.S. Enterprise, D.
I don't know what you're talking about, Commander Worf. I've never been to Naia IV.
I saw you there, Lieutenant Jones. I have 3 eyewitnesses who can say the same, and who saw your accomplices murder Lieutenant Reese.
And I told you I haven't left the Enterprise in 7 months.
He's not lying, Worf. Ship's records and logs show him at his station for his full duty schedule the last 3 days.
Is it possible he has a brother?
Starfleet knows I'm an only child. It's all in my service record. Captain, I really must protest.
Relax, Lieutenant. Picard here.
Captain, we're receiving a distress call from a vessel in the Rainier system.
On my way. You're dismissed, Lieutenant. Return to your post. We'll continue to investigate and inform you if anything turns up.
If anything? Aye, sir. Thank you, Captain.
Report, Mr. Data.
We received a distress call from the Shashbar, an Andorian battlecruiser. The message was faint and indicated only that the vessel had been breached or invaded with heavy casualties. Before it could repeat or we could respond, it was abruptly cut off at the source.
The Andorians are tough customers. It would take a lot to get them to call for help.
Indeed, number 1. Mr. Data, do we have last known coordinates for the Shashbar?
Aye, sir.
Number 1. Take an away team over once we've determined that it's safe and they're not still under attack. I want to know what went on over there. Be prepared to offer medical and engineering assistance as well.
Aye, Captain. If there's anything left of the Shashbar by the time we get there.
Take us there. Best available speed.
Rendezvous with Shashbar in 27 minutes, Captain.
"27 minutes later.
We have arrived at the Shashbar, Captain. No other vessels detected within scanning range.
What's the condition aboard the Andorian vessel?
The Shashbar is venting plasma from a damaged impulse engine, which is interfering with our sensors. However, the limited readings coming through indicated very few surviving life signs.
Permission to head over, Captain.
Granted.
Mr. Data, you're with me.
Aye, sir.
Exercise caution number 1. The Andorian Imperial Guard are not to be taken lightly. Anyone who could get the best of them may be lying in wait.
The Shashpar is intact but inert, Captain. No signs of enemy vessels.
Thank you, Mr. Worf. Number 1, you and your away team are cleared to depart.
Acknowledged, Captain. Energize. Oh no. Doctor, is there anything you can do?
No, they were killed instantly. Whoever did this stepped out of the transporter and started firing.
Data, look at these burn marks. These phasers were cranked up to nearly full power.
Indeed. As powerful and vicious an attack as possible without risking a breach of the hull.
My God.
What the hell went on here?
This just gets worse and worse, Will. This is a slaughterhouse. What could they have done to deserve this?
Whoever was here, one thing's for certain. They didn't want any witnesses.
Commander Riker, come take a look at this. Look here and here. Specific system coordinators and junction blockers have been pulled out. Lock, stock, and barrel.
And this, Commander. Specific lengths of the metallic armor plating are missing.
It's almost like the ship is being stripped for parts.
The intruders who came here took everything of value.
Commander, if we can determine precisely what components and material were stolen, we may be able to deduce a motive. Or if nothing else, what they're trying to build.
Murderers!
Look out!
Die for your crimes, Pinkskin!
We're here to help.
Ow!
Please refrain from further violence.
Will, are you all right?
I'm fine. Go check on our new friend over there.
We're here from the Enterprise. We received your distress call.
Who attacked you?
They looked very much like you.
What, you mean humans?
Humans? Starfleet? I don't know. You pinkskins all look alike to me, but their uniforms were different, somehow. It doesn't make any sense. I am Lieutenant Commander Throlob of the Andorian battlecruiser, Shashpa. Please forgive the confusion.
I understand. I am Commander Riker of the Enterprise. What happened here?
we received an urgent distress call from what identified itself as a Starfleet shuttlecraft. Observing protocol, we immediately abandoned our established flight plan and set course to intercept and render assistance. We approached what appeared to be a standard Starfleet shuttlecraft, suffering from warp drive failure. But just as we hailed them to arrange repairs, another shuttle approached at high warp and attacked. That vessel beamed onto the Shashpar several well-armed boarding parties using near-warp transport. The cowards did not identify themselves and struck us with no warning. Between the surprise sneak attack and the multiple enemy boarders, we were caught almost completely off guard. We lost most of our crew to damage from their blasts or their backstabbing raiding parties. They stripped our ship of everything they could get their hands on.
I can certainly confirm that part, Commander. Whoever they were gutting this ship of everything valuable. I am seeing systems failing all over the Shashpar. Commander, if we could get to the bridge, I could get a better handle on what we're dealing with here.
Can you lead us there?
Yes. I need to discover what has happened to our commander. Let's go. Do you think any of the attackers are still on board?
I don't think so, but keep your eyes open.
Who would do such a thing, Commander?
I don't know, Geordi.
Villains. Pure evil.
Let's see if we can run a diagnostic.
Commander, I'm sure of it. These wounds and all this damage were caused by regulation phaser fire.
Starfleet? So he might be right?
I'm afraid so. Our paranoid Andorian friend might not be all that paranoid.
All right, now we're in business. Uh-oh. Commander, we've got a warp core breach. It's a cascade failure. It just started.
Can you stop it?
Negative. I estimate 5 minutes to detonation.
Can you delay it?
We can eject the warp core. With the condition it's in, that'll buy us another 10 minutes. I can't count on much longer than that.
All right. That should give us just enough time to secure any other survivors and get the security records. I want to know who did this.
Data and I will head to engineering to eject the core. 10 minutes, Commander.
We need to pull up all the security records and sensor logs we can access. I want anything that can help us identify who did this and why. And Throlub, you may well be right. This might be an inside job from within Starfleet.
Enterprise 208 team.
Commander Riker, we're detecting a warp core breach.
We know all about it, Captain. Stand by for further instructions.
Make it fast, number one. The Enterprise is going to have to leave here shortly with or without you.
This way, Data. No radiation, but there's definitely a coolant leak.
We can access the core controls from here, Geordi.
Data, can you change the language settings? My Andorian isn't very good.
Done. I have already initiated the ejection sequence. You just need to confirm. Geordi, time is of the essence.
I know. You have to remember, Data, as a chief engineer, I spend all of my time trying to make sure we don't eject a warp core.
I understand, but right now, you need to push that button. There it goes.
Commander, the warp core is ejected, but we've only got a few minutes before it blows. We need to get back to the Enterprise and get out of here as soon as possible.
All right, LaForge. Good job. We're almost done here. Enterprise, prepare to beam over away team and 3 survivors.
Transport now, Lieutenant. Ensign Crusher, as soon as they're on board, engage warp.
Aye, sir. Warp engaged.
I prefer not cutting things quite so close to a matter-antimatter explosion, number one.
No argument, Captain. That's never really my preferred outcome either.
But I did realize that you wouldn't have stuck it out unless you thought you were onto something important.
With all that we saw over there, I wanted to do everything we could to find out who was responsible. The Andorian lieutenant helped Dr. Crusher and I save as much as we could of the Shashpar's security records.
Let's see if all your efforts and the risks you took have paid off. Computer, play through the security recordings recovered from the Shashpar.
be continued. Ripe for plunder. Chapter 2. Months earlier in an alternate universe away. Imperial Alpha, Terran records-keeping repository.
I am Lieutenant Commander Data of the Enterprise. I'm looking for all the information you can supply me on the life and times of Emperor Spock.
Oh, that's an unusual request. Not many people ask about that dark period in our history. You'll find everything we have about what some people refer to as the Republic here. These files are constantly being updated. Just let me know if you have any questions.
Emperor Spock, reforms, 5 records. Emperor Spock, death, 0 records.
These records on Emperor Spock have been altered, and many are missing.
Well, of course. All records have been aligned with Imperial historical directives. There has been a very significant reworking of history for that period.
You do not understand. I need to see the original records.
The original records have been permanently erased as part of our usual process of historical cleansing. There is nothing more I can do to help you.
You found nothing at Imperial Alpha, Data?
The records have been purged of anything useful to us, Captain. I am turning my attention to unofficial sources now.
I understand. Exercise caution, Commander. But do what you need to do.
How much? That much?
Information you want. Credits I want.
Is your information accurate?
Quality you determine.
This exchange is not progressing quickly enough for me.
The people you seek, you can find them here.
Halt!
Yes, that is the information I seek. Captain, I am approaching Spock's last reported location now.
Very well. This has been a time-consuming and expensive endeavor, Data, so be certain that it pays off in the end.
Understood. Let go.
To be continued. Like, comment, and subscribe.